flyer was designed by Didibon Graphics. He's one of the best graphic designers in Ghana. You can check him out on IG. I'll leave a link to his IG account in the description. Some weeks ago, I posted a tutorial about one of his flyers and many of you loved it and wanted me to do more. So there you have it. You are going to design this completely from scratch, from a white canvas all the way to a complete design. I'll provide you with all the resources you will need. So check the description and download so you can follow suit. We are going to begin with the pictures, then the middle part, and from there we are going to move on to the bottom. So without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, so first things first, as usual, we have to set up our document, that is create a new document for the project. So we go to new file. I'll go for 10 by 10 inches and I'll make sure that the artboard here is selected and then everything intact. Then I'll click on create. Now that we have our artboard ready, let's get our colors intact. So to do that, you have to import the flyer so that we copy the colors on it. We are going to redesign someone's flyer, so you have to copy the colors intact. So Ctrl minus to zoom out, and then we go to file, place embedded. Nice. So we have the file here in the workspace. Let's put it at one side, hit on enter on the keyboard. Now let's zoom in a bit. Ctrl plus to zoom in. You need some shapes up there to copy the colors into it. So to get some shape, we come down here and then we click on this tool here, right click on it, and then we go to rectangle tool, press and hold on shift on the keyboard, and then we draw a square like this. So let's take out the stroke and now let's duplicate it again. Nice. So we select the first one and now head over to the fill, click on it, and I'll click on the gradient, this one for gradient, and I'll click on the first one, or you can also click on this part and this one will show up. You click on the first one, click on this part, and then you sample the color from here. Okay, and then you click on the second area, and then you click on this part as well, and then you sample the color from this side. Great. Click on OK, and now you click on the second rectangle. That's the rectangle one copy. You go through the same process again. So you click on the fill, click on this one for the gradient, and then you click on this one, click on the first one here as well. And now you click this color here, for the first gradient. Okay. Oh, come back. You have to change this color to click on this one, and also change the color to this one. You're going to do that with the last one pretty fast. Okay, great. Now our colors are ready and everything is intact. So let's zoom out and then take out the flyer, then just start. So we're going to begin, as I said earlier, with the images. The images, we just need some rectangles. You come down here as we did earlier on, click on it and then right click, and then you select the rectangle to draw a rectangle with this size. Yeah, nice. And now, as we did for the colors, make sure you take out the stroke. Click on this one to take out the stroke, and now come up here to the fill, select the gradients like this, and now click on this one as well. So as you can see, this one, click on this one, and now you are selecting the lighter shade, and this one you select the darker shade like this. Yeah, come inside a bit. Okay, and as you can see, this one shouldn't be here. It should be somewhere around here. 75% will do, 75 will do. Nice. Click on OK, and now let's copy the entire rectangle. So press and hold on shift plus alt on the keyboard, and then you drag like this, and you do that once more. Now let's position it well. So select all of them, and position it in the middle, and then center them like so. Nice. Let's select the second one, click on this part, and then click on this part as well. Change the gradient. Okay, click on this part as well, click on this part. Okay, again. Okay, and now this one too, click on this part, Okay, so from here we are going to put in the images. So you have to go to file, place embedded. I've already prepared this file for you already, and I'll leave the link in the description for you to download that so that you can just follow suit. We are going to import this image. Let's put it on top of the first one, that is rectangle 2, and then just click mask it, And now let's select the second rectangle and now import the second image, place embedded. This will be the second image. Transform it. Okay, clip mask it. So we need to add a bit of camera raw filters on it. So let's select the first one and then let's make sure the layer is selected. Go to filter, go to camera raw filter. So over here, I'm just going to increase the contrast a bit, the saturation to the texture, the clarity. Right, it looks better. So press and hold on Alt on the keyboard and you copy it to the second image. Then press and hold on Alt on the keyboard, copy it to the third image as well. Let's move on to adding the names on top of them. Press on T for the text tool, or you can come down here and then click on this T. Perfect. So let's do them. Select this one, Control G to group, name it image 1. This one, Control G, image 2. This one, Control G. Nice. So we need some light effects in between each of them. So we are going to file, place embedded. Now this is the flare that we are going to import. Now let's put it on top of all the layers. Nice. Send the blend mode from normal to screen. That screen will do. Zoom in. Put it right here. Copy it by press and hold down Shift plus Alt on the keyboard and copy it to this side like this. Nice. So let's group all of them. So press on the first layer and then press and hold on Shift on the keyboard and select the last layer. So Control G to group them. We are moving on to the text in the middle. So for the text in the middle, you have to make sure that some parts of the image is gone. So to do that, let's come down here to the layers panel, select the layer, that's the group. Let's double click and then name it images. And for the images, we need to give it a layer mask. So let's click on this to give it a layer mask. And now select the layer mask, press on B for the brush tool and then increase the size of the brush a bit. Let's make sure that we are using the hard brush. So to ensure that, let's come down here, select it. And now let's check the size. I think it's okay. Let's bring it up a bit. Somewhere here will do. Nice. Now let's move on to the text, the OYC presents and the other details. Okay, so how to create the text in a circle. I'll create it, but I'll speed it up. If you want to know how to do it really well, I have a video on that. Check up here for the card. You can just click on it and then you get the video. As for this one, I'm going to speed it up so that I'm not going to waste my time. So now we have to move on to adding the other elements like the main text and then the other things. Go to File, Place Embedded. I have all these elements here already for you, so just download the file and then you get everything intact. Now let's change the name. I've already written the text here, so we just copy and paste. And now for the main text, we'll take it one after the other. So let's press on the text tool. So we have to select all of them and then align them properly. Nice one. We are going to use Montserrat for this one. So Montserrat. So increase the size. So I'll show you how he did the E and all that. So just stay with me. Okay, so now with how he did the A, let's select it. So right click on the E and then select it, give some space. So let's push the W to this side a bit and then the other one to the other side just to get some space for the E, and then enlarge it. Let's reduce the thickness from bold to somewhere semi-bold. And now what you have to do is you right click on the E and then we rasterize type. So let's come down here and then get a rectangle. So click on this shape like this, select the rectangle tool. Before then, make sure that its part here has been set to shape. And I will draw a rectangle like this. Take out the stroke. Nice. And now let's reduce the opacity to like 50%. Control T to tilt it a bit. You can press on Shift on the keyboard for a perfect rotation. That is 15 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, and so on. So I think 15 degrees will do. At this side, zoom in to see what you are doing well. Tilt it a bit. Nice. So what you have to do is to select the rectangle layer and then press and hold on Ctrl on the keyboard and click on the thumbnail of the rectangle layer like this. When the rectangle tray is selected like that, click on the E and now press on backspace on the keyboard. Then Ctrl D to deselect and then we delete the rectangle. Voila, this is how he did it. Very simple. So let's group everything. So select the first layer and then the last layer. Ctrl G to group them. And now we're going to add a color to it. So to add a color, first of all, let's name this one to the word that is ASCW. Now let's come down here to the FX and then the gradient overlay. Okay, click on this part and then let's choose the basic gradient. This one, click on this part as well. Add this color. Okay. Okay, bring it closer a bit. Yeah, something like this will do. So okay, and then okay again. Now let's add the other text details, after which I'll show you how he did the shape behind the July. I'll show you all that. So let's add the other details. So let's copy this. And then I already have the text here, so I'll just copy and then paste it. Now let's copy the time to this side. Let's paste the date and everything here. Ctrl V to paste. Okay. Now let's reduce the size a bit. Ctrl T to transform. Reduce the size somewhere here. You need some small rectangle here, so you come down here and then click on the shapes. Right click on it. Get the triangle tool and then press and hold on Shift on the keyboard to draw a perfect triangle, and then we take out the stroke. Ctrl T to transform, then rotate it 90 degrees. That's great. Bring it here, reduce the size. Ctrl T to transform, and now let's change the color to that of this. And then we need to add some lines up here. So we go to this side, right click on it, select the lines to draw line here, copy it to this side. bring it closer, bring the top one to closer. Okay, so now let's come back to where the July is. Let's come back to that side. So click on this one for the rectangle tool. So right click on it, select the rectangle tool, and then draw a rectangle like this. Let's add some radius to it to soften the edges. Like 40 will do. Let me see. That 40 will do. That's nice. Let's add a text. You copy this one, bring it upwards, and then Control Shift, right square bracket to bring it on top of all the layers. I forgot about one thing here. Let me do it right now before I forget. So let's select the 11 AM EST and then change the color. Great. Now let's come up here and let's continue what we are doing here. Increase the size. Nice. So let's change the color of the text. Okay, so for the July, what you have to do is to create a rectangle. So you come down here, select the rectangle tool, and then draw a rectangle like so. Bring it closer to the side. Let's zoom in to see what you are doing well. And now let's go for another shape. But before then, let's take out the stroke of this rectangle. Now let's go for another shape, that is a triangle. Right click on this tool, select the triangle tool, and now you draw the triangle like so. Take out the stroke. Nice one. And then you position it here like so. Nice. So after everything, you select both of them. So after selecting the rectangle for like this, you press and hold on Control on the keyboard to select the triangle tool as well. Right click on it and then you merge shapes. So after merging the shapes, you right click on it again and then you rasterize the layer. And after rasterizing the layer, you select the rectangle tool again, draw a rectangle like so, and then you set, first of all, let's take out the stroke, and then you set the opacity to 50. So afterwards, you bring it closer to the shape and then Control T to transform and tilt it like 15 degrees like so. Bring it closer. Let's zoom in to see what we are doing clearly. Let's tilt it like so. As you can see, the rectangle 5 is selected. Press and hold on Control on the keyboard and then click on the thumbnail of the rectangle 5. As you can see, it is selected. Now let's go down to rectangle 4, that is the merge shapes, the layer that comprises the rectangle and then the triangle. So as that one is selected, you click on backspace on the keyboard to delete that part, and then clear the rectangle 5. Nice. So you have to change the color of the rectangle, come to effects and then to gradient overlay. Let me add green gradient to it. And now let's get the text on it. Copy this one, bring it down, Control Shift, right square bracket, bring it up, and then change it to July. Change the color to white. So we just have to arrange some things well and then make sure everything is intact. So this is the Gibbons flyer and this is my redesign. I'm giving out all the resources I use for my designs. Yes, you heard me right. You can access them using the first link in the description. It contains my personal PSD files for church flyers, backgrounds, premium mockups, different kinds of textures, over 100 PNG images, color samples, fonts, and more. And one thing about this package is that I'll be adding more resources to keep the files updated. To access that, you just have to pay a small fee. So get this pack now and wow your clients. But until next time, quench not your creativity. Peace.